Well, back in 2008, most people thought Avengers were a camp 60s TV show. Robert Downey Jr. were a washed-up actor from 80s, and Jimmy Savile were just a bit eccentric. But all that were about to change, with the release of a little movie called Iron Man, and a string of sexual assault accusations against Jimmy Savile, not Iron Man. Gonna get sued by Stan Lee. Over the next decade, the MCU built itself up on a foundation of solid action mixed with great character and world building to become biggest movie franchise in the world. But there were a problem. Money. They weren't making enough of it. You see, those greedy writers were taking a pretty sizable chunk out of bottom line. However, that's when genius business people over at Disney noticed something. The MCU had become so big, people would pay to watch anything with its name on it, regardless of quality of content. So they got rid of anyone who knew anything about what they were working on, or wanted money, and started hiring people who'd do it just so they could brag to their mates about working for Marvel. It's a bold strategy. But won't people notice it's gone to buggery? Well, that's the brilliant bit. See, you can just say anybody that says out is a nasty, sexist, racist bigot. It's good old-fashioned mob intimidation tactics, just like the old days. So how did it all work out? That brings me to She-Hulk, attorney at law. It were originally going to be a lawyer show, but then the writers realised they couldn't write courtroom scenes, so they just wrote whatever they wanted. She says she's angry all the time, because she's a woman, and women are always angry. Sounds more like something I would say, before I get a slap. But she can control her anger, you see, because if she don't, she could be murdered. Or called difficult. Then she twats him in face. The one thing this show doesn't cover that I would have liked to have seen is how she handles her period. Like, does she get one? And can she even get pregnant anymore? And if she did, what would happen to baby when she transforms into Hulk? Her arch nemesis is this bird what's called Titania. And, I don't really know much about her, like, you know, who she is, or how she got her powers, or why she hates She-Hulk attorney at law, but you know, they've got to save some stuff for Titania film. And anyway, the actress what plays her have got to meet all her favourite stars, probably got a few autographs. You know, at least she's happy. Then She-Hulk attorney at law goes on a bunch of dates with a load of blokes what are obvious woofters. But, I think that's just casting. None of them are really interested in her. But then she realises she can use her She-Hulk attorney at law powers to sort of, like, catfish them. And she has a bit of Elja further. But then fella leaves in morning when he sees what she really looks like. I've been there a few times myself. I'm the one leaving though, not the other way round. She eventually does find someone willing to give her one. Daredevil. Who's blind. Chinese fella's in this. He's got a drunk girlfriend now. And they watch Sopranos together. Relatable. She-Hulk attorney at law's big main villain is this group of people what post mean things about her on the internet. Make her feel really bad about herself, like. The group have this big meet-up, and the leader turns out to be one of the woofters. Then he injects himself with her blood, and it turns him into a Hulk. Which is interesting, because in first episode, Incredible Hulk, there's only people what share his DNA can get powers, so, You know, he might be a long lost brother or something. We'll have to wait for season 2 to find out. Anyway, She-Hulk Attorney at Law ain't too happy with all this, so she breaks out of episode and goes into real world to tell writers how useless she thinks they all are. So they call her a Nazi. And anyway, the woman what wrote this also wrote Pickle Rick, so it must be good. Then she has to speak to old Kevin Feige, and they just laugh at her and talk about how great they think he is. Which might look a bit bad in future, you know, if he's ever accused of anything. You never know. She storms off, killing all security guards what try to stop her from getting into his office. When she gets there, she finds out Feige's a robot. Probably because he was too busy overseeing all the other great Marvel content to appear in this. She has a ruddy good moan about the writers what he hired and gets them to rewrite it so that everyone pays for their actions, except her. And she gets to see Daredevil again. But he can't see her because he's still blind. She could have given him his sight back. Maybe she don't want him to have it. The Incredible Hulk shows up, says he's got son now. So that's She-Hulk, Attorney at Law. That was something to watch. Anyway, till next time, I'll see thee. Oh yeah, and as for CGI, they were alright, but they should have just got Lou Ferrigno back from 60s. You know, paint him green, put a wig on him. Sick.